Leicester, who says, please spare me, TASBot. Thank you once again, Leicester. I have a $1,000 donation from Dubanka. Says, can we reach one? They say, can we reach 1 million before Final Fantasy? Of course. Tails Fox 88 donated $2,016. They say, I've never lost anyone to cancer, and with this donation, I hope I never have to. Save the animals. P.S. I love you, TASBot. I have an anonymous $500 donation that says, I have delivered 500 units of your human currency as requested. In the name of the glorious robot uprising, soon all of your best human runners will pale in comparison to TASBot. Kent Brockman donated $200 and says, I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords. Quite a lot of these donations are going towards kill or save the animals. And with that, Kill the Animals has pulled up to $111,242, with Save at $101,988. So the gap has been widened again. Everybody answering back and wanting to kill the animals. Final Fantasy IV is gaining some nice progress as well. Ashura is just under $7,000 out of the $10,000 required to be fought. Bahamut is sitting at just under $4,500 out of the $20,000. And Leviathan has climbed up to $1,500 out of the $15,000 required. So keep sending donations in for that if you want to see those extra Eidolon fights in Final Fantasy IV. I have a $1,000 donation. And a lot of people in chat will want to pay attention to this one. It's from DS Dad 87, and it says, I'm not a dad, and it's not a DS. Kill the animals. I have an anonymous $250 donation that just says, save the animals. I have a $250 donation from Chara that says, save the animals. Or do you want to have a bad time? JT Run donated $100 and says, TASBot is best block. Also, save the animals. I have another donation from somebody you might recognize. Poochie.exe donated $160.77. Says, on behalf of the TGM crew, even though we couldn't make it in person this time, we've been watching online and cheering on the runners. Thanks to all the runners and volunteers for putting on another great event. Keep up the awesome work. SGDQ 2015 was the most nerve-wracking 16,077 frames of my life. But I'd do it all again without a moment's hesitation. I hope to see you all at SGDQ 2016 in person. For now, here's 1 cent per frame of my 4-minute, 27-second run. Money goes to TASBot's Choice. Shut up and take my money, too. And since he says it goes to TASBot's Choice, I will remind you that TASBot's Choice is to kill the animals. Cafe of Broken Dreams donated $448 and says $1 from every member of Cafe of Broken Dreams. When can we see a Street Fighter II, TAS? Save dog meat and the animals. Thanks to everyone over there at the Cafe of Broken Dreams. Tommy Rafines donated $1,000. And along with that, just says, oh, TASBot, blood trail, blood trail, blood trail, swoon. Let TASBot's master choose where this donation goes. So is your donation different than TASBot's donation, guys? They're debating it, folks. All right, they're being bullied by TASBot into killing the animals, apparently. All right, guys, and with that, TASBot folks appear to be ready, so we're going to toss it right back over to them.
All right. Well, we're on to the next run. This is Super Mario Brothers 3 with Mitch sitting on the couch for some unknown reason. We've got Sage V3 over here, Micro 500 over here. Yeah, he doesn't even have a controller. That's how good Mitch is. He doesn't even need a controller. Soricium is over there, Weatherton. Let's just go on 5. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So Mitch, why don't you describe what you see here?
Normal stuff right now. I mean, nothing.
I think there's some abnormal stuff already happening.
He seems to be walking through things.
Yeah, normal staff stuff, right? Like
Well,
the,
yeah.
the clips and the. All right.
All right, now tell me if this is the same way you would approach this level.
No. No. I try this and it does not work.
It doesn't work? Oh.
Not as fast as. Is this good? Yeah. Everyone loves the butt slide.
Get some pretty good piece speed.
Of course, movements of 1. Why wouldn't they be?
Oh, he's already got piece speed. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, that's easy now.
Oh, that's easy to. You could pull
Easy
that off,
every
right?
time, sure.
You know, done a couple times. What?
He did
There's a
fall through-
flute there? No.
Yeah, he did fall through the white block. It's just did it on the last frame. Who knew? You can go behind the black?
Oh my gosh.
I never knew. TASBot, you taught me so much. Now, tell me if your piece speed strat is the same. Just curious.
In this, no.
No? Oh,
No.
it's too risky?
I guess. It's too hard. I mean, I'm not a robot.
You're not a robot. Okay.
Yeah. I've tried it. I mean,
You've tried it?
yeah, play with it.
By all means, don't take this as shaming. Wait, so where do you think he's going to go? Yeah.
I have a feeling possibly 7-1.
We'll see if you're right.
It's not a bad guess.
Where's he going?
7-1. All right, now what's going to happen?
We are going to do the wrong warp.
To where?
I don't know. Well, normally to Peach to save her. Well, a nice wall jump.
All right, so you might actually know something about this. Why is he wasting so much time messing around with shells?
To properly position them in the right values. At least that's what I do. I mean, what?
He might have a little more swag, though.
Yeah.
I think they call it
What?
showboy.
Okay.
Have you ever been here before?
Yes.
No.
No,
I don't know.
sorry.
Here.
But it's groovy music. This pipe is really long. And kind of messed up.
All right, Peach. All right, Peach.
That's not normal.
I see that when it doesn't work. What? Oh, we're warping now? Warp whistles? Where are we going?
To the dinosaur.
What?
Well, you've always wanted to play Color a Dinosaur. What? It was in there the whole time, wasn't it?
I never found this, no.
You never found this glitch? Well, it's got a groovy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Looks like he wants to add some accent. This is a rockin' dinosaur. Hey, he is colored.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, he's not cute anymore. Oh, okay, he's back to cute again.
Back to cute.
Yeah, there he is. What?
Oh, there you go.
What?
There, now it worked.
Well, you said it was a wrong warp. You just didn't say where.
Oh. What the? What? 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 What is that? Oh my. Okay, well, my.
This is where it came from for Super Metroid.
I do that all the time.
You do that all the time.
Yeah.
And we're done.
It's very interesting. Warp to 1 for the P meter. That's awesome. There's a magical shell. Oh my, what? Orbitals. This is unbelievable. What? This is... Now we're swimming. Everyone, we're swimming. Okay, what?
Oh, that didn't work.
Well, that complete. Oh, we're back to orbitals again. Oh my god. Do we need the one up?
No, probably. Somehow you can't break that block, though.
What? I need to work on my shell jump slowly.
Apparently, yeah. Don't worry, you'll get your chance.
Oh, red frog suit.
He's swimming again. He's making swimming sounds. And swag.
But we still beat it though, so that's
Yeah.
good. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, tank 1.
Hey, tank one. This one takes forever. That's that's.
Oh yeah. What? What? What?
Didn't you know?
Hey, you can push them back.
I thought I
You can push them all the way back.
Yeah.
This is how you really want to complete the level.
Oh my gosh. Oh, if only I could do this in the world record attempts.
Yeah, you'll have to try it. I mean, it's super simple. You just got to hit a lot of buttons in the order.
Oh, okay.
Just a lot of buttons.
You write it down for me?
Yeah, write it down.
Thank you.
I'll give you the full list of button presses. You can memorize it. You can do this yourself.
Right on. Okay, good. Couple years, I'll learn it. Couple years.
I don't know. How many frame perfect inputs can you do in a row on 2 controllers at once?
None. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully. Up and down.
Yeah, why not?
We beat it. We don't need boom booms anymore. The boomerang bros. All right. You can see the.
Oh, we missed it.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Oh.
This is all pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did this last night
Yeah.
before bed. It was nothing. What? Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it works.
It's like inverted clipping. Bowser, Oh, there you are. Okay. What? Hey, Peach.
Why bother using a door?
It wasn't too hard to save you, don't worry.
It wasn't too hard.
No.
My friend.
Yeah.
It's time. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. It's Mitch's turn.
I got this, I think, maybe.
Go ahead and unplug the second controller, too. Yeah, there you go. All right, well, you said you wanted to try that trick, so
Go for it.
try that trick. Experiment with all the buttons. All the buttons.
Oh, yeah, there we go. What? Yeah, there we go. Oh, no.
What the heck, man?
This is awesome.
I wouldn't finish the level without you. Oh, you're getting one-ups.
Nope.
You can take him out.
Okay, so I think we got... Yeah, we're gonna go exploring now.
There you go.
There we go. We'll go for a little swim.
Well, you might want to take the shell away.
All right.
So now you can swim. Wow. All right. All right. So should he try to finish the level? Aww. Oh, that's okay. Would you please move his controller to controller port 2 for me? And hit yourself that little start button.
All right.
All right. There you go. Now try finishing the level the right way. Why not? It's faster.
Whoa, I'm good. What?
Do you have any items? Aw, no items to play with. Sometimes you get items to play with and weird things happen. Really weird things. Well, I think he just soft-blocked the game, so... And that concludes Super Mario Brothers 3.
That was insane. Oh my gosh.
So real quick, while they're switching over, I have Glenn130 donated $990. Glenn says, sorry I couldn't donate 1,000, but $333 to each of the Final Fantasy IV fights because they need to happen. Thank you very much, Glenn. All right, so we're ready for take number 2. But before we throw over to Dwango, I do have a donation from TASBot. TASBot donated $314.15. Think about it for a second. And TASBot says, TASBot here, dwangoAC would like to thank Mario for leading efforts on Mario Kart Wii and Uni for leading efforts on Celeste. Come join us at discord.tas.bot to help me pick what to play at AGDQ 2020. So thank you very much, everybody who helped donate. And with that, we're going to toss it back over to TASBot with Mario Kart Wii. Come on, give us some cheering.
They are wild out there. All right, we are ready to go. This is going to be a lot of fun. I've got to tell you, while I've been watching how things have developed over time, it's been really fun seeing the improvements. We submitted this at submissions. We had everything ready at submissions, but man, since that time, we have seen some really amazing improvements. I'm going to take it over to Malio, if I pronounce that correctly for once.
Yeah.
Malio is going to introduce the rest of the crew, but before he does, I want to talk about the console we're using. This is a completely unmodified console. It's a completely unmodified copy of the disc. The only thing we've done is made some cosmetic changes, because normally in this game you wouldn't have any sound while watching a ghost. We've also added another cosmetic change to add in a speedometer. I think that's the majority of the changes.
Yeah.
There's also some things that we did to help us quickly get to the next file. You'll notice there's a rather peculiar looking me. You'll be seeing him a couple of times. I'm going to turn it over to Malio, and I got to tell you, you guys are in for one heck of a treat. I am not worthy to provide commentary for this because it's just too crazy, so he'll be leading that up and has done a fantastic job of organizing the team. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for the introduction, Dwango. So my name's Malio. I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Luke.
I'm Derek, or Taz Plasma.
We got Funky Kong over here. Yeah, so together, ourselves and our community of 20 authors put together a showcase of 11 tracks that we'll be showing off today. So I think with that, is everybody ready to get started? Yeah? Yay! All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this first track is Luigi's Circuit. Right off the bat, you'll notice that we're using Funky Kong and the Spear. So out of all characters, Funky Kong has the fastest speed stat, and Spear's the fastest vehicle in the track.
Yeah.
This track was made by, this task was made by myself, Monster, Rocky, and Thomas. I believe this was made in February. So we'll take these first 2 turns real quick. Leading up to this ramp, you're going to see that we're going to use a series of rapid-fire hops to reduce our airtime on this ramp. And if you rapid-fire hop leading into this curve right here, we can actually get ourselves stuck in the floor, and we can lose traction and build up speed as we make our way down the floor. It's the same speed as if you were using a mushroom constantly. And we can stop hopping, get ejected out of the floor, and do a couple frame-perfect jumps to conserve some of that momentum.
Yeah, so the reason this actually works is that very briefly after our hop, there's about a 2-frame window in which the tilt of your bike is locked into place. So if you hop again during those 2 frames, you can keep doing hops over and over and over again. You kind of lose traction with the ground, and you start sliding, and we can use that to just build up an insane amount of speed over time.
And you'll notice we don't do, that's what we call the super grind there. We don't do that on lap 3 because the only reason it saves time in the first place is because we can bring that increased speed into the following lap. But since this is the last lap, it's not worth it to go out of our way to set it up. Yeah. Hey! So it's also worth pointing out, it did say you lose there. For some reason, Nintendo, when they programmed this game, if you tie a ghost, that's what we're doing, we're racing a ghost technically. When you tie a ghost, it just says you lose. I don't know why, so.
So coming up next, we have Bowser's Castle by Zach. And you might have heard Malio say the word low jump, which what that's referring to is anytime you leave a triggable surface with the aim to get the least amount of airtime possible. So you're going to see one right here on this first ramp. We're going to clip the side of this wall and propel ourselves forward. As well as on this wavy kind of area here, we're going to optimize it around getting the least amount of airtime possible. As well as some of these stairs, you're going to see we're going to try and stick to them. And the reason this is because airtime in this game is slow. Anytime you're in the air, your vehicle is constantly decelerating. So in order to go fast, we want to get as little airtime as possible. As well as right there, you might have noticed that Nintendo has a nasty habit of forgetting to add collision to some walls, so we can just kind of use the side of the half pipe there to get up to the higher level, which saves about 3 seconds. So on those geysers right there, you can kind of see, we don't necessarily go for the most amount of tricks possible. You're going to see it again on this wavy road. Instead, we evenly spread out the boosts so that we maximize the amount of boost time we have instead of going for like a million tricks possible.
Yeah, so even though we said Spear was the fastest vehicle in the game, we're using Flame Runner on this course because Spear has some pretty poor drifting skills, whereas the Flame Runner takes turns very tightly. And those turns you saw up before are pretty tight, so.
So one thing you've probably noticed by this point is that anytime we're moving in a straight line, we always want to try being in a wheelie. That's the fastest method of moving. Anytime we try to turn, we use the manual transmission and we charge up a mini turbo. So mini turbos in themselves aren't that great. They do give you a temporary speed up, but ultimately they're really beneficial because they allow you to return to your maximum wheelie speed pretty much instantly after you release the mini turbo.
Yeah, wheelies, they're a little bit broken in this game. Anytime you're in a wheelie, your maximum speed is increased by about 12%. So that's actually one of the reasons that we're not going to use any karts. We only use bikes on any of these runs just because of that reason. And also just on an emotional level, I kind of hate karts. They're kind of a garbage vehicle. Jesus. You might have noticed that we have 3 streams left and it's lap 3. So we mentioned rapid fire hop ejection on a Luigi circuit. It's the exact same principle. If you release your rapid fire hop right at the end of that ramp, it's going to kind of boost you out of the ground. You get insane airtime, and you can use that to skip the turn.
Okay, so this upcoming track is Toad's Factory. It was made by Blaze, Malio, Luke, and myself. It features a newly found glitch that was found by Blaze and recently revised by Benny. At the start, we're going to do some wheelies and move forward. We're actually sliding forward before the race even starts, which saves time. And then up here, there's a conveyor, which speeds you up. If we hop on the conveyor, it actually maintains some of that speed. Right, so up here is the new glitch. We're gonna clip off this box. You'll see Spear is taking some of these turns pretty awkwardly, but it's due to its just poor drift mechanic. However, we were able to catch that really fast box cycle on lap 1. So we think Spear is the fastest vehicle on this level.
Yeah, so this, again, we mentioned this is a very new glitch that was found very recently, and the reason that's kind of the reason we want to show off this course is because it is new. A lot of these courses that you're going to see are the result of years of optimization and strategy discussion and trying to figure out different things. So we thought it was important to show that, a lot of these strats you don't find first try. It takes a long time to develop these methods. So this is what maybe an early revision of what an optimized course would look like. And this course has some interesting challenges because the box clip is cycle-based. It's the first cycle-based course in the entire game that requires a certain cycle to progress. So there's some interesting challenges that come with optimizing this course in particular.
And one thing to point out too is after we land here, you noticed on lap 1 we had a stick on the inside, and that was ultimately because we had to just barely catch the first cycle, so our angle after we land isn't as far to the right as we'd like. But luckily on lap 3 the conveyor belt switches directions, so we can just take the inside line. And here we can use rapid fire hops to reduce our airtime, and there's Toad's Factory. All right, so the next segment of this we're going to move on to is a Ultra Shortcut segment, and there's a continuing theme of Ultra Shortcuts in this game. This task was made by Akari, RS, Snoop, Jello Puff, Luke, myself, and Thomas. So right off the bat here, we can draw some parallels to Toad's Factory. We can use a series of wall clips here to get this Ultra Shortcut. So essentially what we did by doing that first wall clip, we kept the last checkpoint of the map loaded at all times. So at any given time, there's the checkpoint that you're in, the checkpoint in front of you, and the checkpoint behind you is always loaded. So effectively what we did is we avoided going into the second checkpoint. That means that the last checkpoint of the lap is still there, meaning that we can just get behind the finish line, trigger the last checkpoint, and the lap will count. One thing to note though, you'll see in Maple Treeway, we don't necessarily need to get behind the finish line. We just need to avoid getting into the second checkpoint and just reach the last checkpoint of the map.
So the next Ultra Shortcut we're going to show off is DK Jungle Parkway by Malio, Blaze, and Thomas. And it's going to use a wall clip as well in order to achieve an Ultra Shortcut. It's also going to use an interesting glitch called the horizontal wall glitch. And you might ask what a horizontal wall is. Most walls in the game are placed vertically, hence the name wall. And however, Nintendo placed the wall collision in some areas horizontally. So the top of this finish line is actually a horizontal wall. And for whatever reason, when you touch a horizontal wall at a specific point, it allows you to pass through walls very briefly. So we're going to use that to get past behind where the last checkpoint is still loaded, and it's going to count the lap.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why we wanted to show this course is there's a very similar glitch in Mario Kart 64, which was actually shown at a previous GDQ. So shout outs to Mario Kart 64 and Jungle Parkway.
So one thing to point out is why we use Daisy and the Mach Bike on that course. I mean, on Luigi's Circuit, I just got done saying that Funky Kong had the fastest speed stat, but Daisy on the Mach Bike's actually able to take even tighter turns than Funky on the Flame Runner, and that's really what's the most important for DK Jungle Parkway for the last turn. So we're going to use Daisy here again, and we're going to continue with the theme of horizontal walls and driving through solid walls. So after this first set of the escalators, we can drive Daisy, squeeze her in between these two walls here, barely hit a horizontal wall, and fly through the normally solid escalator wall. We can reach the parking lot out of bounds. And we're going to continuously drive to the last checkpoint of the map, hop over this wall to get a lap count, and go back around. These cars also don't have solid collision because Nintendo never thought you would be able to get out here. But lo and behold, glitch hunters found out how to do this. And there you go.
So next ultra shortcut we're going to show off is on Mushroom Gorge. This task is by Estaloy and Jello Puff. And it's going to use an interesting physics mechanic in the game using the giant mushrooms that are present on the course. So normally when you bounce off of one of these mushrooms, Nintendo's intending for you to land back on the floor or the road. However, if you bounce on a mushroom and land on a wall, you're going to see an interesting effect here. Yeah, so for whatever reason, the wall kind of maintains the effect of the bounce effect of the mushroom, and you can use some very precise inputs in the air to navigate around and hit the last checkpoint to count the lap.
So this Taz is Grumble Volcano. It was made by Thomas, Swear, and Doofenshmirtz. It's going to be on the oldest glitch in the game. It was found 2 months within the game's release. We're using Toad and Quacker here for their very high acceleration stats. Most of the Taz is just driving around this rock and counting laps. So we want to be able to slow down very quickly and then use our mushrooms in tactical spots like here and at the end.
So the next track we're going to move on to is Maple Tree Way. This was the first task that we made at the beginning of 2019, and I think it's a really great example of the benefits of collaborative tasks because there were 6 authors that worked on this: Thomas, Rocky, Swear, myself, Luke, and RS. So this track has an ultra shortcut. I mentioned that very briefly earlier. So the first thing we're going to try to do is get out of bounds to the side of the finish line, past the finish line to get inside the first checkpoint, and we're going to try to land back on the track without passing into the second checkpoint. And we can clip up here and reach the cannon. So effectively what we've just done is we've kept the last checkpoint of the map loaded, which means we can completely cut off the tree section and just take a direct path to the very end of the track, and it'll actually count our lap.
One of the reasons I love this course is it shows off a lot of how useful wall clips can be and kind of their variability. Wall clips, you saw maybe on some of the early courses we use wall clips to gain a lot of height. However, depending on how you hit them and the position you are when you hit them, it can kind of change their effect. So sometimes we can use them to propel over longer distances instead of gaining height. As well as you're going to see coming up here, if you do what's called a spin drift, it's going to gain us some horizontal momentum, and the wall clip will maintain that. As well as clipping on this tree, it's going to help us just gain more airtime. So on this cannon, you're going to see we also wall clip right before entering it, which means we're going to have way less height coming out of it, so we can realign for this skip more quickly.
Like I said, there were 6 authors that worked on this, and this was the first really great example of a new higher standard for Mario Kart Wii tasking. Being able to send the time trial goes back and forth between different people to more efficiently complete tracks. All right, so the next track that we're going to be showing off, we've actually been keeping this secret from the community up until now. DK Summit has a glitch, and that also means that the Flower Cup is the first track to have a glitch on every single track. So this was made by Zach, Jello Puff, Luke, myself, RS, Luigi M, CF, Akari, Thomas, Marth, and Rocky, so 11 people. I'd first like to reiterate the properties of rapid fire hopping. If you rapid fire hop off of a ramp, you'll get reduced airtime. If you rapid fire hop in the ground, you can build up speed. If you rapid fire hop up to zippers, this can happen. You can fly straight through the wall. After you land from a zipper trick, you can actually pass through the snow patch if you have some invulnerability frames there. You could take this double cut. Yeah. And for this zipper, we want to try to be in a wheelie as long as possible, not necessarily try to gain as much height off of it.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why there are 11 authors for this course is there's certain borderline pixel-perfect tricks in this game that are very hard to optimize by ourselves. We often have to intentionally lose milliseconds because you can end up skipping over the pixel that you need to be in. So these tricks are very hard, which is why there's lots of collaborators. And also these borderline pixel-perfect tricks are the reason why we can't just copy our inputs every lap and save ourselves a bunch of time.
Yeah, you effectively have to treat each lap as like a unique race. And that's one great thing because having 11 authors for this track has a lot of scenarios where we have to have pixel perfect tricks. And being able to have a bunch of different people, try out tossing out their own ideas to try to get these pixel perfect scenarios to happen, it allows you to get through these tracks much more efficiently. And yeah, we can pull back on the analog stick here to realign for the double cut after wheeling off that ramp. And that's DK Summit. There you go.
It makes me so happy to finally have that track glitch.
Yeah, I know. It's very satisfying. So the last track, suitably so for you guys, is Rainbow Road. This was made by RS, myself, and Luke.
So yeah, right away you're going to see an interesting strategy. It's comparable to super grinding in that you want to lose traction with the ground. So we're going to hop off kind of on the edge right here and ride it so that we don't have any traction with the ground. Build up some momentum so that when we reach the edge of the ramp, we can completely skip that turn. As well as on this figure 8 section coming up, there's some interesting walls as well that you don't actually bonk into, but instead it pushes you back. So we can abuse that by just hitting in a certain way that'll push us forward instead.
So, as you can tell, we're in a boost for most of this course, so there's not a great place to use your mushroom except right here, because cannons drop you off at a very low speed, so we want to accelerate as fast as possible there. And then right here, we skip this chasm, and then do some rapid-fire hop low trick around the fence.
And so during the second lap, I'd like to name every author that's helped work on this. Myself, Luke, Taz Plasma, Monster, Rocky, Thomas, Swear, Jello Puff, RS, Michi, Esteloy, Delta, Luigi M, Zach, CF, Akari, Blaze, Snoop, Doofenshmirtz, and Marth. There's a lot of people, but it really shows, how great our community is, how many people we have in our community that have been able to contribute. It's been a pleasure to work with all of you all over the years. Yeah. In addition, I'd like to thank Star and Atlas for creating the cosmetic codes that we've used here. I'd really like to thank Dwango for allowing us to show this off, and Games Done Quick for having us. Thank you very much. And we will leave you with this. This is the Rainbow Road Ultra Shortcut. We can collide with this wall, bounce over the fence, turn around, use our 2 remaining shrooms to just barely land on the last ramp of the track. Yeah. And time comes up in 3, 2, 1, time.
Everyone is standing behind me. This is awesome. That's all the more of Mario Kart Wii we have for you today. Before we close this out, I do want to say a couple of quick things. Malio took the lead on organizing everything. The reason I was able to, for once, sit back and relax is because he took on all of the work of organizing everyone. He took on the effort of getting all of the commentary put together. huge credit goes to him. I would like to, yes, indeed. Yeah, let's clap for him one more time because he did
Let's go!
One last thing to say about the community is it is amazing. I have to say, working with these guys has been really pleasant. And something funny, Mario Kart Wii outsold Mario Kart 8 by a 5-to-1 ratio last year. This community is active. It's amazing. Feel free to get involved. And where can they do that?
So you can check out tool-assisted speedruns for Mario Kart Wii at mkwtasc.com. And for RTA, where could they go for time trials?
MK leaderboards, I believe. There's also some forums as well, places that they can go. There's a thriving YouTube community as well for the game. A lot of the world records are posted to a YouTube channel. So all you have to do is go into YouTube, search it up, and there'll be ways to get into the community. It is huge, it is booming, and it's been 11 years, and it's still going strong. Definitely worth getting involved.
Absolutely. And with that, I'm going to close this out. We're about to start what you've been waiting for and what you paid a lot to see. Celeste, all red berries coming up next.
All right, this is Railkun, and I'm here to give you an important message. Coming up after Celeste, we are going to have Dark Souls. And a lot of you are still hype and tossing in a lot of donations. And there's a really great Dark Souls glitch exhibition donation incentive that needs $48,000 to go. So now that you have met Celeste, and a lot of you are still sending in a lot of wonderful donations, why don't you send those donations in towards that Dark Souls glitch exhibition? With that message, we are going to take a quick Twitch ad break, and we'll be back shortly for more TASBot. All right, everyone, welcome back. I see a couple of the Mario Kart Wii guys are still in the room, so I want to read this one before they leave. Ark Holmes donated $100 and said, "Hey, from the Mario 64 TAS and console playback community, so excited to see our TASBot overlords play around with Tetris and blaze through Mario Kart Wii. But we've got to get that Celeste Allberries run in there. Let's see those donations come in hype." And you guys met that donation incentive. Great job out there. But we need to push more for that Dark Souls glitch exhibition. We have a couple quick sponsor messages to go through, and we'll be right back.
How many years have I waited for the warrior of light?
Rated T for teen.
One of our other great sponsors for this event is Best Buy. Best Buy carries exclusive physical limited run games, including the upcoming Celeste and Toe Jam and Earl. Best Buy is the destination for all PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC gaming needs. If you pre-order Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield at Best Buy, you can get $10 in rewards. Pre-order Bloodstained Ritual of the Night at Best Buy and get an exclusive metal case. And you can pre-order Cyberpunk 2077 at Best Buy, get one of 3 exclusive steel books. I have $100 from Let Fire Rain Down, and they say, amazing task run. Looks like Celeste is funded, and right you are, sir. Thank you very much for that donation. Coming in right after we met Celeste, I've got a donation from the Yeti. Are you guys ready to hear about how much it is? We have $30,000 from the Yeti. This came in right after we met the Celeste donation incentive, so we didn't even need the Yeti's donation to meet that. Great job, everybody who pushed for that. And they say, hey, all Yeti here, because of your support, we're happy to announce we've raised $100,000 for Doctors Without Borders. Congrats on unlocking that TASBot Celeste run. You are all amazing. Let's go. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who has pushed that mark that high. Dark Tech donated $25, says, save the frames, kill the strawberries? Here's the TASBot's run of Celeste. We've got some good donations coming in for that Dark Souls glitch exhibition, but we do have a little bit more to go. We've broken the $13,000 mark, so we need $47,000 to go, and I have $111.11 from Like the Verb, and they say it's always darkest before the soul. I have $50 from Medicinal Carrot, and they say, TASBot is how I got introduced to GDQ, so it's only fitting I make my first donation during Task Block. Thanks for the great event and hard work, everyone. And thank you so much for your donation, Medicinal Carrot. I have $5 from CP Downs, who says, greetings from Austria. I've been watching GDQ since 5 years and can't get enough. What an awesome task segment, especially with Celeste. Thanks for such an awesome event. Thank you so much for your donation, and it is a good time to reinforce that it does not matter how much you have to donate. Even those $5 donations do help. We get them in huge clumps at times, and it really does help push our total forward. So thank you everyone who's donated. And if you can't afford to make a donation right now, just push out some links. Tell people about it on social media. Give people a link to the stream. Tell them what's going on, because this Celeste task run is going to be hype. Link Chef donated $30, says, I don't even play Dark Souls, but since I got my Celeste run, the Dark Souls fans deserve a glitch run. Let's go. I have $35 from this username is pronounced N. And they tricked me because their donation says, so if you read the full username, you mispronounced it. Congratulations. And they say congratulations to us for getting the Celeste Run incentive, so let's wrap up those Dark Souls glitches. But mostly, congratulations to MSF for providing a critical service to people around the world in need. And that's a good time to remind you all that you are watching Summer Games Done Quick 2019, live from Bloomington, Minnesota, and we are benefiting Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders, also known as MSF, is an international independent medical humanitarian organization that delivers emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in over 70 countries in 2018. On any given day, thousands of individuals representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to people caught in crises around the world. They're doctors, nurses, logistics experts, administrators, epidemiologists, laboratory technicians, mental health professionals, and others who work together in accordance with MSF's guiding principles of humanitarian action and medical ethics. The organization received a Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. So thank you, everybody who's donated for this fantastic cause so far, and to everyone who is going to donate for the rest of the event. All right, I have $25 from Mr. Vox, who says, greetings from Norway, sitting up at 2 a.m. just to catch the TASBot. And let's get that Dark Souls glitch exhibition. And last of all, hype! Those Dark Souls donations are pouring in at this point. I've got $10 from Astrobodies, who says, let the Dark Souls glitch fest begin. I love the amount of Dark Souls there is in this GDQ. Hello from the Big Apple. All right, guys, I heard you like puns. I have $50 from J. Kyle Pittman, who says, if we all pitch in to reach the Dark Souls glitch exhibition, is that jolly co-op donation? Your hatred fuels me. Amaltia donated $50 and says, it was difficult, but I managed to pull my eyes away from the Mario Kart task to donate. Awesome part of the marathon. Thank you very much for that $50. I have a $25 donation from an anonymous donor who appears to be talking to someone in particular. They say, Tyler, I'm doing my part to get the Dark Souls incentive. Now it's your turn. You too, audience. I have $50 from Linky G, who says, I see TASBot. I give money to TASBot. All hail our glorious robot overlord. I have $125 from Lancashire McGee, who says, every year the TASBot gives me life. Thank you so much. You did not disappoint this year. It's not over yet. Stay tuned. We have this Celeste run that you all donated for, and you're going to love it. To everyone who's still donating for TASBot, please put those donations in for upcoming donation incentives. We are making pretty good progress on Dark Souls Glitch Exhibition, but if that is not your cup of tea, we have plenty of other things for you to donate towards. We have some bid wars, especially for Dark Souls, the ending choice, the player name, there's the Majora's Mask file name, Pokemon Let's Go starter's name, the Starmie's name, the Rapidash's name, the rival name. There's tons of things that you can donate for. If you go to the donation page, you'll see all of the things that you can put your donations towards. So everybody who's donating right now, why don't you throw it towards something on that list? As a reminder, right now we have several great prizes that you can donate towards. We've got the Alienware Aurora R8 PC, which is a cumulative $150 donation. A lot of you guys who are tossing in good donations here are going to be eligible for that. But if you're holding back, maybe that's a nice incentive for you to donate now. We've got the SGDQ 2019 banner, photozomed. We've got the Celeste Portrait Cross Stitch, and plenty of other prizes for you to win at the moment, as well as the Master Sword and Hylian Shield Grand Prize. That's a $200 cumulative donation for that last one, and there's a lot of things that you can enter yourselves to win for.